Some former students of the historic Presto Elementary School gathered in Firth over the weekend to share their stories for a new book on the school. Local News 8's Akiko Fujita met up with these students and tells us the story behind this community's hidden treasure.
Taught 1 year, found my husband. I lived at his place, but now we've been married 66 years.
I was born out there, half a mile from the schoolhouse.
Pictures of that schoolhouse, Lower Presto Elementary School, strike an emotional chord for these former students.
It was named for one of the early settlers out in that area, and his name was Presto Burrow. But I went through school there, all 8 years, 7 years is actually how long I spent there.
The two-room school was built in 1904. It was a small school with no more than a dozen students.
Some of the folks brought the kids to school in a buggy, and most of them walked.
When it first started, remember, people were on horseback, and they were walking, so they had to have schools pretty close. But by the time you got into the automobile era, it didn't matter if we were 5 or 10 miles away from the school.
That led to declining enrollment at Presto and eventually its closure in 1948.
There used to be a rope down here that rang the bell.
Jim Matson went to Presto and now lives in the old schoolhouse.
I've been living in it 40 years, and I attended school 7 years, so I got 47 years in the building.
That's exactly why he decided to publish a book on the school with author Rick Just.
There were 80 unpublished pictures that nobody had ever seen before, and I thought, that's the start of a book.
I've contacted over 50 people. All of them are happy and say, why didn't we do it sooner?
And he's gotten plenty of help.
I bet that's root stuff to me. No younger people now can read what it was like years ago.
Read and appreciate the stories behind the building once known as Lower Presto Elementary School. In Firth, Akiko Fujita, KIFI Local News 8.